Λοιπόν, για σήμερα να σας παρουσιάσω την Christina Pluhar.
To play the early music in a different way?
It developed, let's say, because I mean my passion and my upbringing is early music, of course. You know, well, first I learned classical music, but then I changed to early music. So we studied together in Basel. I studied also in Holland. You know, specializing really on early repertoire. You know, so let's say. Most part of my life I'm spending researching on early music and learning how to play early music. Yeah? Francesco is going to tell us a little bit more about himself.
I'm not trying to play the harpsichord the way it's supposed to be played, whether that exists or not. I also played a little instrument here, I don't know if you saw it, which is very historical. It's not, obviously. It's a kind of I don't know what you call it. I mean, it's a baroque melodica because it's made of wood. It looks real, you know. It's not like a plastic.
So Eero is from Finland, lives in Finland also, and we met in Basel like in 1986 or 7, and since then we are friends and play together.
Hello, Calimera. I'm David. I'm from Spain, from Madrid. I play percussions, some baroque, some non-baroque. I work mostly with the ancient music ensembles, medieval, Renaissance, Baroque.
Hello, I'm Boris. I was born in Luxembourg, but I live in Belgium now.
I really like early music, but I never really studied it. My background is in jazz music, and also the instrument I use is not especially historically correct. I use metal strings. I've never tried gut strings, so I don't even know what it's like.
There are some groups like Arpeggiata which are more open for different sounds, like more, I don't know, that gives the musicians a bit more space to develop their own sound.
It's not that far from jazz because there's so much improvisation. There's basso continuo. There's like improvisations over a repeated bass, and it's kind of close to what jazz does.
In the 17th century Italy, where Monteverdi was working, a professional musician was not considered a professional musician if he could not improvise. Yeah? The amateurs would not improvise, but the professional musicians, they were great improvisers. There was no limit between composer, improviser, and performer. Yeah? Today we have, you go to the conservatory, you learn about composition, you learn about conducting, you learn about playing an instrument, and God, you must not do everything at the same time. You're considered strange. Yeah? Sarah.
Okay, I'm Sarah and I'm English and I live in Belgium. I also met Christina in The Hague. She was my teacher. She taught me on this thing. And are there any harpists in the audience? No harpists, no. It's not a normal harp. It's a replica of the 17th century Italian baroque harp. So it's a lot lighter and it has no pedals. It's instead chromatic, so it has 3 rows of strings. The 2 on the outside are tuned the same, so you can make nice little bell effects. And in the middle you have the chromatics.
Hello, I'm Margit. I grew up in Austria with traditional music. So I brought this instrument. I learned an instrument when I was a child, which was a little bit smaller like that, but the system is more or less the same. It's a chromatic instrument.
Do you use it as a pluck instrument or as a bow instrument?
If you look to Italy or Spain, we have in the 18th century we have instruments called salterio, and if you ask Italians and Spanish people, they say, "Oh, these instruments are plucked." It's clear. If you look at but we have sources also from Italy and Spain where it's clear these instruments were hidden by sticks also. We have different possibilities with sticks, so I have a loud sound. And if I turn the sticks, it could be a little bit softer, like this. And we also have the possibility to put something on. To tell the truth, I've forgotten my sticks. So this is some Chinese sticks.
try to be short. I started my artistic career as a dancer, first of all. And I've been here in Greece 2 times as a dancer. The first one in Epidauro Theater, which is beautiful, and here in Athens. So I started as a dancer, then I always been keen on music also and singing. So I had 2 big passions. But I developed most of all the path as a dancer, so I had kind of almost 20 years as a dancer all around the world. And then I just transferred all my experience as a dancer in a singing. Christina, because actually I contact her, because I was so inspiring of Arpeggiata's music, because I used to dance this kind of music also, like the choreographers, they used to use this music. So I was so attracted, and all my friends said, but you have to sing this song, maybe your voice, because it's so particular. So one day I just said, okay, I tried to contact Christina. I sent her a mail, and then she answered me, we met, and we start our friendship and professional relationship as a dancer and as a singer. So that's it. If you have any questions.
I get often asked, is he a tenor, is he a countertenor, what is his voice? I can tell you so much, there is no name for his voice. Huh? It's totally unique. I don't know another one with this kind of voice and range, obviously. So you have a very unique singer, as you can hear, but also put in the historical context, it's very interesting, especially.
I'd like to say about the voice of Vincenzo. Isn't it what we call a tenorino voice, which is most common today in rock and pop music?
I would call it tenorino. Yes, I agree. Absolutely. I agree also that it's very common in pop and rock music. As you know, there's many singers in rock music that use almost countertenor techniques. Yeah, so it's not unusual, but the terminology tenorino, I don't know if it's really official or not. Yeah, but I agree that it's a good name. It's a perfect name for Vincenzo. Yeah.
I don't know if tenorino, maybe tenore contraltino. I've heard this.
I think tenorino is cute, yeah. It's a good name. So we have the lyric soprano, we have the light soprano, we have the coloratura soprano, etc. In the tenors it's the same, we have the Heldentenor and the lyrical tenor and these kind of things. So in this he does of course not fit, yeah, but in many traditional music, also a lot in South America, you find kind of high voices, yeah. And if you listen to historical recordings from also popular music from Italy, Neapolitan tenors or something from like the beginning of the century, the historical recordings that we have, we find quite similar voices like Vincenzo has, yeah. But unfortunately, he didn't went to the conservatory. They changed it.